Hey guys, back with another video here, talking about everyone's favorite streamer, Destiny. He had like an appearance on Piers Morgan show, and he had let's say a freaking temper tantrum. He started getting really upset, and I just really wanted to talk about it and watch it. So let me play the clip right here.
You've been quite active on social media since Charlie Kirk's death. When Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Habba's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every Conservative debate call out I do in 2026 with "Don't dodge, bro." That's not what Charlie would have wanted. Do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
So we have Destiny over here saying that, it is Donald Trump's fault. It's conservatives' fault for not turning down the temperature, because apparently the Democrats and leftists have been turning down the temperature for 10 years. I had this little compilation right here of interesting clips of what Democrats and leftists have said. Let me just play it right here.
You know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
Feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school.
If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
Okay. When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the
Well, this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
So I'm not too sure what he means by turning down the temperature when that's just a small compilation of Democrats and liberals basically calling for violence and advocating for violence and all that. So I'm not too sure what he means by turning down the temperature for 10 years when this is his party saying all this stuff. But I guess he doesn't care about that or pay attention to that.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old
white
dude.
described.
He wasn't trans. He didn't have
Destiny.
a trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans influences. He didn't have any trans bullets. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry, excuse me, when?
Yesterday, he said that. the
No.
governor.
When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do know the very
No,
reasonable sounding governor of Utah has made it clear that the
he hasn't made it
you may
clear.
not want
He
to
said
hear
this is
this.
an ongoing investigation.
You may not want to
You
hear
don't
it,
wanna
Destiny.
Piers.
But the reality is, the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
You know, there's one thing I like about Destiny. He does believe what he says. He's like, this is 100% my truth. I believe it. This is what I'm gonna stand for. I mean, like, that's good. That's pretty nice. But it's not like he can dispute that. He's like, the Utah governor said this, and he wasn't in community college for 5 years, like for 6 months. He's been in college for 5 years or 4 years. I mean, he's like, what, 22? He's been in college for a while now. So I'm not too sure where he got the 6 months from, but all right, whatever.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way
well,
to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the
delusional
governor of
fantasy.
lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But
Sure.
if it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
That's so he wants Donald Trump, the president of the United States, to do what he wants by saying, "Oh, turn down the temperature," then he'll condemn political violence and the murder. I mean, what? Like, what? You need a cookie to goddamn denounce and condemn political violence in this murder? I mean, what? That is ridiculous.
You won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why
tell
would you
his
expect
side to calm
anybody,
down?
Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't
Can
Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent?
Why do you
can't
think
Trump say that?
Why do you
Why
think
is your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why do you
is
think?
your
No, let me
behavior
ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me
Why
ask a
I'm
question.
gonna say this now. I did not expect Anna Kasparian to interject and call out Destiny like this. I never thought it would happen, but it did. And you could see Destiny getting into a temper tantrum right here, going into a fit like a child because he doesn't get what he wants. I mean, Jesus Christ. What? You look stupid, man. You won't condemn political violence or condemn the murder until Trump says, "Oh, we gotta calm down, guys. We gotta calm down." I mean, like, first of all, what do you think that would do? It would do nothing, and second, he's not gonna do that for you.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the opposing political party.
Destiny. Let me
You
just.
have a huge audience of young men who
I'm a
listen to
YouTuber
everything you have to
who
say.
has more
So
young
when
men
you,
following
it
him.
doesn't
Who
matter.
has
You have a
more young-
huge
it doesn't
audience,
matter.
and because
This
of
is
the fact that
world
you have a
I'm
huge
living in,
audience,
and
you
your
have
brain
a
has been
responsibility
broken by
to
online
not turn.
rhetoric.
No,
And
it
your
hasn't.
brain
It
has
hasn't been
been
broken. I actually
destroyed
care
because
about the
people
country
bullied you
and
on
want to bring
Twitter.
people together.
If
You do the
should tell
opposite.
Donald
You
Trump to tell
represent the
people
worst
to
of us,
be
Destiny.
less.
I am so shocked that Anna Kasparian is just like calling him out on this. I mean, she said you represent the worst of us, Destiny, and I'm like, wow, that's whoa, it's crazy. But I have another clip here where it's a little wild. Destiny I'm just gonna play the clip right here because it's just wild to even say it out loud.
Out the crime statistics?
Not exactly like.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear.
So there's a lot of clips that are taken out of context a lot of the time. You know, some people take what they said and then edit it, or they just leave the important parts out. How could you take this out of context? You really can't, because it's just straight up. He said conservatives should be afraid of dying when they go to these events, so they could go to their leadership to turn down and tell them to turn down the temperature. I mean, what? That's like, you want people to be afraid for what they say. just think about that. You want them to be afraid of what they say. And he basically wants anyone who he disagrees with, or Republicans or conservatives who go to these events, to be afraid of dying for what they're saying. I mean, you can't take this out of context or clip it out or anything. It's just straight up. I'm gonna play the rest of the clip because I'm not gonna take anything he said out of context. But this is what he said. This is what he wants.
Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay, I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak ass, fucking bullshit ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not. God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
Coming from the cuck himself. But yeah, Destiny wants conservatives to be afraid of death when going to these events. And when you break it down, he just basically wants them to be afraid of death for what they're saying. I mean, you just like think about it for 5 seconds, and it's just, yeah, pretty much. And watching him get really upset by the fact that the Utah shooter, the killer, actually was radicalized by the leftist propaganda. I mean, you could check out the messages and also what he posts in his Reddit and his Steam. I mean, you break it down and just, yeah, I mean, obviously. But when you saw that, he just didn't want to admit it. He was just like, no, that's not true. It can't be. But I mean, like, we have a lot of evidence, though. So, well, I bet he's going to keep disagreeing on this. He's going to say, no, it's not true. But frankly, that doesn't matter because we all know the truth. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.